Russell Pierce at Russell Pierce, according to WON, there are plans for more major stars to work NXT like Seth Rollins did this week. One name that was at least talked about was Ronda Rousey, or perhaps even having Rousey and Baszler defend the women's tag titles there. Now, Puddy, as we saw on SmackDown, that obviously looks like it's going to be the case.
Good.
And we kind of knew that with Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler unifying the women's tag team titles. But does bringing Ronda to NXT make sense at all?
Yeah, why not? Why wouldn't it? Perfect sense. Keep going. Big stars going down to NXT. Talked about a couple weeks ago, big names on NXT. We're going to help with TV rights, make it established as its own kind of brand. And she's not going down there for shits and giggles. She's going down there to defend the championship. I don't think she'll go down there anytime soon. Again, because there's no real credible tag teams that are believable to beat them. Maybe establish the next couple weeks some sort of tag team division going on. Maybe push Legend and Jackson and Metaphor. Great name, by the way. Yeah, so that definitely makes sense. She has to. She's champion. But another more eyes on that product. People like you or like Ronda Rousey fans, not like you, but Ronda Rousey fans are going to watch NXT because she's on there. Or at least watch the clip on YouTube's. Yeah, I don't see how this doesn't make sense.
I think it doesn't, actually. It doesn't. It does and it doesn't. It does in the sense that, hey, you want ratings business-wise. You want ratings. You want people to keep eyes on NXT. You want people to talk more about NXT. Absolutely. Ronda Rousey, whether you love her or hate her, she is still very much a draw. You know, her name captures attention from outside of WWE along with people inside WWE. That's the name factor. That's star power that she brings to the table. Now, why it doesn't make sense is because of exactly what you said. There are no tag teams. There are no real teams in NXT as of right now. And I understand your sentiment as far as like building the division up a bit, but then how long does it mean Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler are going to be a tag team for, or hold the belts for? You know what I mean? Because it's not necessarily like there's a whole bunch of teams ready to fight the champions here on a main roster. You only have a handful of teams. So like, how far can this go? How much time does it take to build the division in NXT from scrap, pretty much?
Not just the last couple of weeks they've been putting teams together. They're starting to control the lead. So there are some teams forming. There are, like I said, Last Legend. You got my girl Electra Lopez in the team. The established team of those two women. I couldn't think of their names.
What's a team right now you think is ready to go? NXT, right off the top of your head.
Ready to go, as in
to face Ronda and Shayna.
Nobody.
No, nobody. And what are we talking about?
I can't think of a team on Raw or SmackDown either.
Right.
So let me volley a question to you, or pickleball question back to you. There are no teams believable to beat this duo. So do they have a long reign and destroy everybody?
Or what does that do for the division then?
Exactly. Or does one team get like a Cinderella victory and upset and win the championship? Either way don't make sense to me. So I think they're kind of backing themselves in a corner here.
Right. I think this whole division is fucked. It's just, unless you have some sort of 2-3 month rivalry here. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to volley the championships back and forth, but make it believable. It doesn't necessarily have to be a clean finish. It doesn't even have to be an actual finish at all in like the first match or two.
Mm-hmm.
I think the one team right now that could tell a story, and we're going to touch into this later on in the show, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Because as commentary mentioned earlier in the night, they never lost the championship belts. So there's a story right there altogether. And then you have also Liv Morgan and Ronda Rousey's history. So there are things, there are layers in there. And it can go even further in that as the story progresses. So if anything, that would buy time to build the division in NXT and in the main roster. My opinion.
No, that works. I totally agree. They need to do something though, because I don't see Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler losing anybody offhand. They need to establish some sort of team, a threat the word I'm looking for. I don't know if you take a main eventer and give them a tag team briefly, but then getting back in the same situation of who can beat the main event players. So I don't know what they're doing here. Don't know. I'm interested to watch. I'm gonna go along for this ride. Where it takes me, I don't know.